Welcome to the channel of CAS Law Firm, a professional law firm in the field of copyright and intellectual property in Vietnam. In this video, we would like to share with you a legal issue about the copyright and a trademark that every organization or individual need to know before doing business in Vietnam, or if your product is already present in the Vietnamese market. A trademark is a name or a logo that you print on product labels or name in advertising and communication media to identify or distinguish your products or service from those of others. For example, Pepsi is a trademark for soft drink. Manchester United with the Red Devil is a trademark of Manchester Football Club, and CIS Law Firm with the logo is a trademark of the law firm in Vietnam named CIS. Please double-check your product or promotional materials and determine what your trademark is. According to the provisions of intellectual property laws in Vietnam, it was most countries in the world to have the right to exclusively use a trademark in one or several countries. You need to have it registered in the Trademark Registration Authority of the state of this country. You can also internationally register by using the Whiteboard merit system. If you want to know how to register a trademark via merit system, please leave a comment below. In this video, we want you to know the reasons you need to quickly register your trademark in Vietnam. Firstly, the state of Vietnam only recognizes you as the legal owner of the trademark. Once it has been registered, it is protected, and you are entitled to prohibit others from using it in Vietnam. Second, if you don't register, anyone has the right to do this because Vietnam applies the principle of first to file, that awarding the first person to file a trademark the right to claim the intellectual property to it. Firstly, if your trademark is registered by others, they have the right to request the custom or other competent administrative force to stop your goods and the gate from importing goods for consumption throughout the Vietnamese territory. Fourth, they have the right to start lawsuits against you, asking you to pay liability for compensation. Sound weird, right? But in fact, they have the right to do so, and if you fight back, you still have win because you are the real owner of the trademark. But surely, the case will be very complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. So, why don't you choose the easiest way to file your trademark registration in Vietnam by yourself? What should you need to pay attention to when registering for trademark protection in Vietnam? Not all trademarks that apply for registration are approved for protection, but need to go through many steps of assessment. In Vietnam, there are 4 common reasons for refusal. Firstly, your trademarks is just descriptive words or figures related to your products or service. For example, you sell clothes and use the brand name Nice Clothes, or you open a restaurant and register a trademark Italian cuisine. Second, your trademark is identical or confusingly similar to someone else's trademark that has been filed earlier. It is simple to do an identical check, but it's intricate to do a confusingly similar check because it only needs to be similar in structure, pronunciation, meaning, or expression. Third, the foreigners who want to register trademarks in Vietnam are required to assign a qualified IP agent which has a state license to represent for applicant. So, foreigners cannot directly file a trademark application to the Vietnamese state. Fourth, the procedure of trademark registration in Vietnam is relatively long, at least 1 to 2 years. During the processing, the National Office of Intellectual Property of Vietnam may issue office actions, notification, and set a time limit for you to get feedback in writing. If you don't respond or respond unconvincingly, or not respond on time, your trademark application will be rejected. That means you need a reputable, professional organization to support you. Advice for foreigners who want to register trademarks in Vietnam. Foreigners should ask an experienced and specialized local trademark attorney who has been licensed by Vietnamese state like CIL11 to represent for registration, because to track the status of trademark, we will set a lot of search algorithms to have trademark owner understand the trademark going to register being considered similar in structure, pronunciation, meaning, or expressions with earlier trademark or not. We will review and report claims to solve if we find any problem with your trademark for your reference before official submission. We will directly monitor and promptly notify you of the notice and decision of National Office of Intellectual Property of Vietnam throughout the application process until the final results are available. We can provide free intellectual property legal advice for your other intellectual property object. Example, invention, industrial design, computer software copyrights, music copyrights, movies, or story. Finally, we would say a moment's delay in the present can lead to dire consequences for the future. Therefore, if your products or service have been or going to provide in the Vietnam market but have not yet registered for trademark protection, please contact us immediately according to the information displayed on the screen for support. Thanks for watching and see you next time.